And this is where we are going to have so much fun. Spawning up to the top left hand position representing Alien Invasion, we've got the yellow Protoss player, CPU. And his opponent down to the lower right, also representing Alien Invasion, it is Patience. A nice little bit of PvP. That is a lot of fun. And it's the ace game, which is, as a caster, something you always hope for, because it means you've got an extra game of StarCraft. That's always good. And it also means that the pressure's really ramped up. It's not a best of one now. Don't mistake that. Because they've already had 2 games. They've had these 2 games where they've been able to get a look at what each other's doing, get a feel for where their weaknesses might be that game in this day. But it comes down to this. They've got those past experiences to draw on. There's more mind gaming coming. But there's still the pressure that whoever wins this advances forward. Whoever loses gets knocked out in the first round of tonight's bracket. Quick little check around from Patience here. He knows his opponent isn't afraid to go for some proxy action, as he did in that last game, able to win that last game with it. So, by doing so, this is a very smart decision by Patience. Just checking everywhere, being like, okay, are you going for any proxies yet again? Note CPU doing the same thing. He's like, well, I proxied last game, better make sure he doesn't do it back to me, because that would be a bit of a bad time. But all in all, these two both going for a very similar build to each other, both getting those double gases up at very likewise times, both adding in the gateways at very similar timings. Patience, I believe, is just fractionally ahead overall in his build. Down slightly in the probe count, so swings and roundabouts. The probe count slight reduction is just due to the fact that CPU probably delayed a gateway or something just to squeeze out another probe first, just in prioritization, and Patience didn't. So, as you can see, it's just about a probe difference at the moment. Advantage for CPU, which isn't insignificant early on, percentage-wise. Obviously mining a decent chunk more minerals because of that. Both players on those 2 gases, but... Oh, okay, there we go. 3 probes going into each. Basically, this just signals it's going to be tech-heavy. That is the #1 thing you see from these 2 gases with the 3 probes in each. Patience getting the scalp. Meanwhile, CPU not even bothering. He's either got some amazing star sense or just don't care. Bad news is, it means that his opponent has all that information, knows that there are those 2 gases, knows for a fact that there's going to be some kind of tech-heavy opening coming down from this. Although CPU does open with that Sentry first. If you think back to game #1, he did actually do the same opening. He went Sentry, Stalker, Stargate, going for a little bit of alliteration with the S's there. But hey, that's fun. Going to be switching up this game, going for that Twilight Council into a fast blink. Meanwhile, Patience, double gases coming through here. So he is just keeping a good close eye on getting good production out, ready to deal with any shenaniganry that comes down from CPU. Sentry out first as well for Patience, clearly wanting to play this a little bit on the safe side, a little bit on the side of caution. Doesn't want to get caught off guard by something. Actually going up to 3 sentries. Okay, this is... Okay, there we go. Nexus coming down. 3 sentries. Very, very defensive play. Wants to be able to secure this up. Patience clearly feeling relatively confident in his long game plan and doesn't want to die early on. CPU though, he's got a totally different idea. He's going to be going for some 3-gate Blink Stalker play. Blink not being chrono boosted. Instead, it's the actual cybernetics core that is getting the benefit of those chrono boosts. That means earlier unit production, later blink. That's basically where it sums down as. I did quite a good job of condensing that information and kind of stole myself a sentence to follow on with. But yeah, earlier unit production because of those chrono boosts. The next chrono boost should indeed go into the Twilight Council. It's ready now, so I'm waiting to see it go. There we go. So blink coming down a little bit quicker now. Warp gate tech is finished, so these should start getting morphed into warp gates. There's the second stalker coming through. Hallucinated Oracle coming in, and I really like this as a decision because CPU did actually go for an Oracle in game #1. So maybe trying to just strike a little bit of fear into his opponent. Patience already pulling back these units. Wants to take a look. And also it doubles up as a great little scout. Sees good bit of information from it. Because it didn't actually take any damage, there's no easy way for Patience to know that that was hallucinated. Regardless, natural base is still up. Enough energy for a photon overcharge, and that could really end up being key as this game goes on. CPU Adding in a 4th gate now, chrono boosting out that blink tech still. He's got a good position on this proxy pylon, although Patience has scouted it, knows that something is up, knows that this isn't going too well, and also sees, hey, my opponent doesn't have a natural nexus. And that just screams all in, all in, all in. It's really down to, can Patience hold? Up comes some Stalkers. There's 8 of them here at the moment. They're going to start chipping away, but it's going to force a Photon Overcharge to become triggered. In itself, that is a little bit annoying, but it wastes the energy, buys a bit more time. Blink now active for CPU, whereas Patience, he's about to add in that 2nd Immortal. That can help a lot. Oh, CPU really nicely here, using his Mothership Core to gain high ground vision, deciding whether or not he wants to blink up. Sees the 2nd Immortal comes out, but goes for it anyway. There's not really too much else there. The Immortal's trying to get focused really quickly, but the Force Field's coming down very, very nicely from Patience. CPU, though, takes down one of the Immortals. The second one taking a lot of damage, but it's dishing out a heck of a lot more. Patience keeps up those Stalkers. He keeps up those Sentries, and another Immortal about to pop. This is problematic. Photon Overcharge does trigger. That's going to allow it to get all taken down, and Patience wins this game, wins this series 2-1, and will advance forward into the next round.